Okay, fine. You should remember. Now, any doubt regarding the SRTF algorithm? Shortest remaining time first. Now, from yesterday's examples, we have to take care about the arrival time. The arrival time, that is at what time the processes they are coming inside the ready queue. So we have to consider that arrival time and according to the arrival time. Now, what is the strategy to apply each and every algorithm with the arrival time? The strategy is, first of all, look out the arrival time, at what time, how many processes are available into the ready queue at particular time. At the time whenever your CPU it becomes idle or it is free to execute any process. Suppose at 0 millisecond. Okay, how many processes that is arrived into the ready queue. Now, if there is a one process, two process, three process, apply the algorithm onto that number of process only. If the algorithm is FCFS, if it is SJF, if it is a SRTF, for each and every algorithm, the same strategy. Look out the time, at that time, how many processes are into the ready queue, apply the algorithm. Right? Next one. That is, we are having the different algorithm, that is a SRTF, that is a preemptive algorithm. We have seen the preemptive. Here, why it is a preemptive? Because we are removing the process, okay, which is right now currently running from the CPU, and we are entering the new process inside the CPU, right? So this strategy that will, you can say, that may happen, okay, for number of processes or maybe long time. That means P1 that is entered into the CPU, right? We are exiting that CPU from the, that P1 from the CPU, again we are entering, again we are removing, again we are entering, like that way. Lots of times a particular one process that enters into the CPU and it will exit from the CPU, that is forcefully we are removing that process from the CPU. So that's what we are doing, we are preempting that process P1. That's why this algorithm is called the preemptive algorithm. The preemption is happening onto the particular process, right? So we have to take care about that preemption. What we have to find out, that is waiting time. We have to take care about the how much waiting time for that particular process, and at that time we have to see the gun. We will see the gun chart, that is how many times that process that removed from the CPU again it enters into the CPU, right? So yesterday we have seen that algorithm. Okay, fine. Sorry, that was SGF. Now there's your SRTF. Yesterday we have seen P1 is entering, it removed, as well as again it is entered. Only once it is removed and once again it is entered. Only two times, right? Here it is happening. Now there are some algorithm in which number of times the process is removed, number of times it is again enters. Okay, so at that time be careful. So next algorithm, that is a priority, but before that priority algorithm, okay, we will see the algorithm, preemptive algorithm, another one, that is a by default preemptive algorithm. Okay, so by default preemptive algorithm, that is a round robin algorithm. So we are going to see this algorithm from the definition. If you can see, okay, here the algorithm, what it is saying, it is a preemptive scheduling algorithm. In scheduling every process that is executed cyclically. Or this type of algorithm, that is for the time sharing system. You can say particular time quantum that is given to each and every user, or you can say the time quantum is given to each and every processes. Within that time quantum only that process has to complete, or it can execute its instruction within that time quantum, right? So after the time quantum is expired, that process automatically removed from the CPU. That is, you can say forcefully we are removing that process from the CPU, okay, and we are adding the new process, right? So this is your time quantum plus FCF, as you can say. It is serving the process in FCFS manner, but the time quantum, based on the time quantum, if the process P1 requires a 4 millisecond and time quantum that is given to the process P1 is a 2 millisecond, then can execute only up to the 2 millisecond. After 2 millisecond, we are removing that process from the CPU. Okay, still 2 millisecond is remaining for that process, still we are removing. એ complete નથી થઈ તો પણ આપણે બહાર કાઢીએ છીએ, right? So that is, we can say it is a by default preemptive algorithm, right? Now here the algorithm example we will see. Okay, here again, so let's take this example. We'll start drawing the Gantt chart for that particular example. Okay. So look at here. These are processes. Okay, you can see, all of you, that is here I'm having the processes as well as the bus time. Okay, fine, right now the arrival time is not given, so I'm considering each and every processes that are available into the ready queue at the 0 millisecond. So every process is ready for the execution. Okay, fine. Now what is that time quantum? There's a 2 millisecond time quantum is given for round robin. For round robin there must be a time quantum. Okay, that means each process has to execute, it will execute up to the 2 millisecond, then it will leave the CPU, it will give a chance to the another process, right? Again 2 millisecond for the another process, and that process again removed from the CPU, and the chance is given to the another process, next process. Now how to select the next process? That is, we are following the FCFS algorithm, first come first serve, right? So here P1 comes first, then the chance is given to the P2, then chance is given to the P3. So getting the algorithm. Now based on this algorithm, you will start drawing our Gantt chart. Okay. So we will start drawing the Gantt chart. Okay, fine. So starting with the 0 millisecond, uh, just remember the algorithm. Your algorithm is round robin, processes are given, time quantum is 2 millisecond. That means each process has given the 2 millisecond only. The process can enter into the CPU for the 2 millisecond and it will leave the CPU. ક્યાં સુધી એ લીવ કર્યા કરશે? જ્યાં સુધી totally complete નહીં થઈ જાય. Getting? All of you are listening properly? Just give me
Yes, sir.
acknowledgement. Okay, fine. So it's a 0 millisecond. We are starting with our algorithm. Now, as you know, it is a first come first serve. So we will enter the P1 first. Okay, now just remember this is a round robin algorithm. So if time quantum is given, just draw the time quantum onto the Gantt chart. Draw the Gantt chart, fix, because we know after 2 millisecond we have to enter the process, we have to remove that particular process, right? So 2 millisecond we are drawing onto the Gantt chart. That's a 2 4 6 8 like this way. Okay, in midway may be possible, less time quantum is required at that time, this calculation is different, right? So here initially suppose P1 is entered, 2 millisecond is given to the P1. Now after 2 millisecond we are removing the P1 and we are entering the P2, because the 2 millisecond of the P1 is over. So 10 minus 2 we are having the remaining time is 8. Getting? You have to write down in your note this process remaining time in your notebook also. Every time keep tracking of how much remaining time for that particular process for the complete its execution, right? Now we are entering the P2. Only 2 millisecond is given to the P2, so P2 will execute up to the 2 millisecond. Getting? And remaining time for the P2, that is now it is 3. So P2 will execute up to the 2 millisecond. It will leave the CPU and it will give the chance to the another process, that is a P3. Now we are entering the P3 here up to the 2 millisecond. 2 millisecond direct મળશે, right? So here the chance is given to each and every processes. That's a fair chance we are giving to each and every processes. Okay, whenever the CPU or you can see your operating system wants to give a fair chance to each processes, at that time it will use the round robin scheduling, right? Next one. So getting up to this 2 4 6. Now again what? Next process, tell me.
P1.
Again we are entering the P1. So here the P1, again 2 millisecond for the P1, right? So here instead of 8 we are having the 6. Okay, fine. Now we are entering the P2. Now this P2 and here it is 10. Okay, So remaining time for the P2, that is 1 only. Entering the P3, next chance is given to the P3. Okay. So that is remaining time now for the P3, that is a 4. If I'm making some mistake, just look out, check out whether I'm doing the right way or not, all of you, right? Maybe by mistake minus કરવામાં કશેક રહી જાય એવું રહી નહીં જવું જોઈએ, otherwise તમારો ગંચાટ ખોટો પડશે, right? So here the 12. Now again the chance is given to the, why I'm giving the chance to the P1 again, because still એનું complete નથી થયું execution અને 6 millisecond હજુ પણ જોઈએ છે, right? So here 2 millisecond again I'm giving, so 14 here minus if I'm doing here, so remaining time is a 4 for the P1, right? Now here P2, look at the P1, P2, only 1 millisecond it required, and time quantum which is given to the P2, that is a 2 millisecond. 14 up to the 16 P2 can execute. Okay, P2 it can execute up to the 16 millisecond, but it requires only 1 millisecond. So what we are doing, we are entering the P2 here. It is having the 2 millisecond, but it requires only 1. So we are completing its execution up to the 15 only. 14 plus 1, 15, and P2 is leaving the CPU. As it completes its execution, obviously it will leave the CPU. So next chance is given at the 15 millisecond. Instead of 16, we are giving the chance at the 15 millisecond because P2 is leaving at 15, right? So that is, we are entering the P3, right? So P3 enters here. It has given the 2 millisecond again, so it is 17 here. Getting? So here, that is remaining time for the P3, that is now 2 millisecond. Okay, fine. Now here. Okay, don't go in this drawing because I'm not able to draw properly with this software. So remaining time, next one, P1. Draw the gun chart completely carefully, because based on the gun chart only we are going to find out the waiting time. This gun chart is very much useful for finding out the waiting time for each and every processes, right? So this is a P1 again enter, and here the 90, right? And now next one, after the P1 is chances for the P2, but the P2 that's completed its execution, so next chance is given to the P3. P2 ને આપણે enter નથી કરતા because એનો execution complete થઈ ગયું છે, right? So next one, we are entering the P3. So 2 millisecond is given to the P3. 2 millisecond એને અહીંયા complete થાય છે, and here 20, right? Next one, after the P3, we are entering last one remaining process. P3 પણ complete થઈ ગઈ. હવે આપણને ખબર છે કે હવે બાકીના બધા ચાન્સ P1 ને મળશે to 2 millisecond. So we are completely write down total millisecond of the P1, that is remaining 4 milliseconds. So 21 plus 4, that is 25. Getting here? 2 આવશે. ક્યાં 2 આવશે? રિમેનિંગ ટાઈમ P1 ના પતી ગયા છે, મેં માઇનસ નથી કર્યા. ઓકે, અહીંયા મેં માઇનસ કરવાનું બાકી છે. ઓકે, સો this is a mistake we can do during this example. So here not the 25, it is a 23, right or wrong? Is it right? 23?
Yes.
Total throughput time. Okay, so here we are having the P1. Fine. There is a gun chart. So total throughput time is a 23. If you want to calculate whether my gun chart is right or not, 0 to 23 is right or not, you can do the total here. 10 plus 5 plus 8. It is a total 23. So total burst time must be there on your gun chart. If it is a 23, then this 10 plus 5 plus 8, it must be a 22. Okay, fine. So next one, how to find out the waiting time. Okay, again now we are going to start with the waiting time. Now all of you start finding the waiting time. Give me the equation. Waiting time for the P1. Okay, fine. What it will be? What is our formula? That is first response minus arrival time. Now here consider the arrival time is 0. So we are not doing the minus, that is 2 minus 0 or whatever it is, right? So we are directly writing down the first response which is generated to that particular process, right? So here the first response for the P1, that is at the 0 millisecond. Okay, so that is the first response which is generated, minus arrival, that is 0 minus 0. I'm not doing that minus because it's a 0. Next one, another formula, that is P1, at what time the P1 it is leaving the CPU. Here at 2 millisecond your P1 is leave the CPU, it is leaving at 2 millisecond and it enters into the CPU at 6 millisecond. So can you see, this is your the duration, time duration up to this to this. Can you see this time duration onto the Gantt chart? P1 it is leaving the CPU at 2 millisecond and again entering at the 6 millisecond. So that duration, you can say during this time your P1 that is into the ready queue, that is into the waiting mode for the execution into the ready queue. Ready queue માં આને ક્યાં સુધી બેસી રહેવું પડ્યું? That is here we are writing, it is a, what will be the formula? Just tell me, those who are getting. What I have to do here?
6 minus 2.
6, that is your entry time and the last exit time. Again જે એન્ટર થાય છે એ ટાઈમ માઇનસ આગળ ગનચાર્ટમાં જોઈ લેવાનો લાસ્ટ એનો એક્ઝિટ ટાઈમ કયો હતો, રાઈટ? ઓકે, અગેન જો P1 ફરીથી સીપીયુમાંથી બહાર નીકળી હોય, ઓકે, અને અગેન એન્ટર થઈ હોય, and again we have to write down, that is again entry time and last exit time. Ready? So P1 again અહીંયા બહાર નીકળી છે 8 મિલીસેકન્ડે અને ફરી એન્ટર થઈ છે 12 મિલીસેકન્ડે. દેખાય છે બધાને? It is leaving the CPU at 8 millisecond and again it enters at the 12 millisecond. So again this is the time duration. If you see, this is the time duration P1, that is into the ready queue, into the waiting mode. It is available into the ready queue. It's down into the ready queue for the execution waiting into the ready queue, right? So here the 12, that is the entry time. 12 minus your last exit time, that is 8. Okay, again જો P1 બહાર નીકળી છે 14 મિલીસેકન્ડે P1 બહાર નીકળી ગઈ. If you see the Gantt chart, અને એન્ટર થઈ 17 મિલીસેકન્ડે. So again I'm writing, એન્ટર થયેલી 17 મિલીસેકન્ડે અને એણે CPU લીવ કરેલું 14 મિલીસેકન્ડે. So I'm doing that minus operation. અગેન જો P1 ને બહાર નીકળી ગઈ છે, that is 19 મિલીસેકન્ડે નીકળી છે બહાર, and again enter થાય છે 21 મિલીસેકન્ડે. So it exits from the CPU at 19 millisecond and again enters into the CPU at 21 millisecond. Okay, so 21 minus 19, and after this the P1 that is has completed its execution. Okay, again પાછી બહાર એને ફરી એન્ટર નથી થઈ. So stop here. So this is the waiting time that calculated for the P1. What is it? Is it right? Quickly go through the formula. How I had written the 6 minus, why I have written 6 minus 2, 12 minus 8, 17 minus 14, 21 minus 19. All of you are getting this equation? Okay, નથી સમજ પડી એકવાર ગનચાર્ટ પર જોઈને પ્લીઝ કેરફુલી મેં જે માઇનસ લખ્યા છે 6 minus 2, 12 minus 8 કેમ લખ્યા છે સમજો, અને નહીં સમજ પડે મને અગેન પૂછશો તો હું સમજાવીશ, નહીં પૂછશો તો આપણું આગળ જશે, તમને નહીં આવડશે, રાઈટ? નેક્સ્ટ વન P2 માટે હવે નેક્સ્ટ મને કહો, સ્ટાર્ટિંગ વિથ ધ રિસ્પોન્સ ટાઈમ. ફર્સ્ટ ઇક્વેશન ફોર ધ રિસ્પોન્સ ટાઈમ માઇનસ અરાઇવલ ટાઈમ. પહેલી વાર કરો. P2 માટે સ્ટાર્ટ કરો, બોલો ચલો. એક જ જણા નથી બોલવાનું, જેને સમજ પડશે ઓકે લોકો રિસ્પોન્સ આપી શકે છે ક્વિકલી. ગીવ મી ધ
2
ક્લિક.
minus 0.
So first one is your response time 2. Okay, -0 I'm not doing. Next, P2 બહાર નીકળી છે અને અગેન એન્ટર થઈ છે, તો મને ઇક્વેશન કહો. માઇનસ
8 minus
ડિફરન્સ
4.
that is
8 minus 4.
8 minus 4. From the gun chart, you can say P2 enters at the 8 millisecond and last exit time for the P2 is a 4. So at -4. Again, is there anything related to the P2 remaining? છે કઈ બાકી?
14 minus 10.
Okay, it is a 14. જો અહીંયા કઈ ભૂલ થતી હોય, all of you just check out. ચલો 14 minus 10. Next બાકી છે કઈ P2 માટે? P2 ફરીથી બહાર નીકળ્યું અને ફરી એન્ટર થઈ હોય સીપીયુમાં. 14 પછી 15 મિલીસેકન્ડ એ કમ્પ્લીટ થઈ જાય છે. So we are stopping here, right? So it is the waiting time for the P2. P3. What is the waiting time? So response time for the P3?
4. 4.
Okay, 4. Next. P3 બહાર નીકળી અને ફરી એન્ટર થઈ હોય એ સિચ્યુએશનમાં એનો ડિફરન્સ
10 minus 6.
10 minus 6, right? Again, છે કશું બાકી P3 માટે? It leaves the CPU and again enter, then again we have to write down it. What is the next difference?
15 minus
17
12.
minus 12.
15 minus 10.
Okay, 15 minus 12. જાતે કેલ્ક્યુલેશન કરો અને અહીંયા ક્રોસ ચેક કરો હું જે લખું છું તે તમારું સાચું છે. જાતે ફાઇન્ડ આઉટ કરો તમારી નોટબુકમાં. હું અહીંયા સ્પીડમાં નથી જતી, બહુ સ્લો જાઉં છું. યુ કેન ડુ ઇન યોર નોટબુક યોર ઓન કેલ્ક્યુલેશન અને જસ્ટ ક્રોસ ચેક કરો કે સાચું છે કે નહીં. અહીંયાનો આન્સર 15 minus 12. P3 again enter થઈ at 19 millisecond. P3 and it last exit time for the P3 is a 17, right or no? If it is wrong, just tell me if I'm wrong. Something is missing then. And P3 completed its execution at 10:31. So here completed with the P3. Is it right?
Yes,
ચલો
sir.
વેઇટિંગ ટાઈમ બધા સાચા છે આપણા 13, 10, 13. So with this, we have completed the finding out the waiting time for the each and every processes. So your task is finding out the average waiting time. Finding out average waiting time. Right? So how to find out the average waiting time? Waiting time for the P1, P2 and P3, that is 13 plus 10 plus 13 divide by total number of process, that's a 3. Now that is the average waiting time. Okay, find out your own way, find out yourself. Next one, average turnaround time. So turnaround time, how will you find out? Turnaround time for the P1, that is equal to burst time for the P1 plus the waiting time for the P1, right? Same way, burst time for the P2 and the waiting time for the P2. These two you have to do the addition. So turnaround time for the P1, turnaround for the P2, turnaround for the P3 you have to find out, and at the end find out the average turnaround time. Find out yourself, all of you. Quickly find out and tell me both of these. Average waiting time, give me the answer. કોને આન્સર મને કહો. જે લોકો એમ જ બેઠા છે, ઓકે, ટાઈમપાસ નથી કરવાનો, જાતે નોટબુકમાં એક્ઝામ્પલ કેલ્ક્યુલેટ કરો, ગંચાટ ડ્રો કરો. મેડમે આપ્યો છે કે મેડમે ડ્રો કર્યો છે, કોપી પણ નથી મારવાનો. ડ્રો યોર ગંચાટ and just cross check on the screen whether you are right or wrong. અને આ એક્ઝામ્પલ નહીં આવડશે જીટીયુમાં કમ્પલસરી એક ક્વેશ્ચન તો આનો પૂછાશે જ 7 માર્કનો એક્ઝામ્પલ છે બેઠા 7 માર્ક્સ જોઈતા હોય દેન ડુ ટ્રાય ટુ લર્ન ઇટ નથી આવડતો એ લોકો ખાસ સાંભળજો આવડે છે નો ડાઉટ દે કેન ડુ ઇઝીલી ક્વિકલી હજુ વેઇટિંગ ટાઈમ એવરેજ નથી સોય તો તમે ઓકે મેસેજમાં લખું છું I'm not looking at message. Okay, fine. Average waiting time 12. Okay, fine. It is 12. And your average turnaround time 19.67. Okay, write down the answer. Answer લખી દેજો. Okay. એક્ઝામ્પલ તમારો જે છે અત્યારે કરાવ્યો એ પણ લખી લો જાતે 3-4 ડ્રો કરીને જાતે આન્સર ટ્રાય કરજો ઓકે આન્સર લખવા શા માટે કહું છું જસ્ટ ક્રોસ ચેક યોર આન્સર એક્ઝામ્પલ જાતે કરવાનું છે Okay, fine. Next one.
મેમ
હા
આમાં બ્રશ ટાઈમ કયું લેવાનું ટર્ન અરાઉન્ડ ટાઈમમાં જે છેલ્લું આવે તે
બસ ટાઈમ કયામાં
આપણે માઇનસ કરીએ
આ જ લેવાનો બસ ટાઈમ એટલે ટોટલ એક્ઝિક્યુશન સીપીયુ સાયકલ એને જે જોઈતા છે તે આ 10 5 અને 8
અમુકમાં આપણે લાસ્ટ આવે તે લેતા છે ને
ના એવું ક્યાંય નથી લીધો
એસજીએફ માં બી એવું જ કરેલું
શું કરેલું એટલે ટર્ન અરાઉન્ડ ટાઈમ માટે ટર્ન અરાઉન્ડ માટેનો એક જ ફોર્મ્યુલા છે ટર્ન અરાઉન્ડ ટાઈમ ધેટ ઇઝ યોર બસ ટાઈમ plus waiting time, nothing else. That means P1 no bus time 10 and P1 no waiting time 30. આજ લેવાનું રિમેનિંગ નહીં લેવાનું ટોટલ સીપીયુ સાયકલ લેવાનું જેને રિક્વાયર્ડ છે એક્ઝિક્યુશન માટે રાઈટ એમાં કોઈ કન્ફ્યુઝન નહીં ક્રિએટ કરતા ખ્યાલ આવ્યો કે હજુ કઈ છે ડાઉટ સમજ પડી
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So next, write down the example, all of you. Quickly apply the round robin algorithm, the example which right now I am giving to you. This is a process. Okay, fine. Quickly write down the example in your notebook. Do yourself. મને ખાલી છેલ્લે એવરેજ વેઇટિંગ ટાઈમ અને ટર્ન અરાઉન્ડ ટાઈમ આપવાનો છે વિધિન 5 મિનિટ or 10 minutes complete your example. These are the 4 processes and this is the total bus time which is required for the each processes. Now here the time slice which is given. Just write down. That is your time quantum. That is a 4 millisecond. Okay, consider the 4 millisecond, that's a time quantum. Consider the processes P1, P2, P3, P4 apply according to the priority. P1 comes first, then P2, P3, P4 comes next. Okay, give the 4 millisecond to each and every processes and complete your round robin algorithm. Draw the Gantt chart, give me the average waiting time. Quickly, I'm not going to draw it, is on the screen. जाते draw करो. All of you are doing it. Quickly complete it because we are going to finish today's session. બધાનો કમ્પ્લીટ નહીં થશે ત્યાં સુધી કોઈએ લીવ નથી કરવાની. કોઈની અટેન્ડન્સ પણ નહીં લઈશ. બધાને પૂછીશ આન્સર. અને નહીં આવડતું એ ફ્રેન્કલી સ્પીકિંગ નથી આવડતું યુ કેન સી. અને કેમ નથી આવડતું યુ મસ્ટ બી હેવિંગ ધેટ રીઝન વેર યુ આર હેવિંગ પ્રોબ્લેમ. ક્વિકલી કમ્પ્લીટ. જ્યાં તમને ડાઉટ્સ હશે હું ક્લિયર કરીશ બટ ધ્યાન નથી આપતા દેટ્સ યોર ઇશ્યુ. ઓકે, નહીં ધ્યાન આપે નહીં ચાલશે. મને ઈચ એન્ડ એવરી પર્સનને એક્ઝામ્પલ આવડવા જ જોઈએ. ઇટ્સ કમ્પલસરી. Okay, rhythm is getting 9.25. Any other people? Those who are getting the same? It may be different because all of you are getting the same. Just cross check your answer. એવું નહીં કે રીધમનો જ 925 આવે છે તમારો પણ આવવો જ જોઈએ. જસ્ટ ચેક, તમને તમારા પર કોન્ફિડન્સ હોવો જોઈએ કે આ બરાબર છે. Okay, fine. 2-3 people they are getting 9.25. Okay, so give me the waiting time for the each and every processes. P1 PT નો મને separately waiting time. P1 P2 નો separately waiting time આપો because મારા answer સાથે મેચ નથી થતું. દેટ્સ વાય આઈ એમ આસ્કિંગ કે તમારા ગંચાટમાં ઇશ્યુ છે, શેમાં ઇશ્યુ છે. P1 નો વેઇટિંગ ટાઈમ ઓકે અકોર્ડિંગ ટુ ધ રિધમ ઇટ્સ 14. કોઈકનો આમાં ડિફરન્સ હોય તો અગેન દે કેન પોસ્ટ. વેઇટિંગ ટાઈમ ફોર ધ P2 દેટ્સ 4. વેઇટિંગ ટાઈમ ફોર P3 દેટ્સ 8. એન્ડ જેનો ડિફરન્સ આવે છે એ લોકો મને પોસ્ટ કરી શકે કે અમારો આટલો આવે છે. 9.25. Okay, Sujal Patel. Sujal Patel is getting total average waiting time 8.25. Who is right here? Sujal, send me your P1, P2, P3 waiting time. Why you are getting that different answer? Ganchat draw કરવામાં issue થઈ છે. Okay, Sujal, you are speaking?
Yes,
Okay, tell me your P1 waiting time.
10.
Okay, 10. Next,
P2 4.
that's a 4. જે લોકોનો that's a 4. Next, P3.
8.
Next,
P4 11.
11. ઓકે છોકરાઓ તમારી ભૂલ કઈ જગ્યાએ થાય છે?
મેમ
સુજલ,
P1 માં ભૂલ થતી છે. P1 માં
કેમ થઈ ભૂલ? આ 14 આવ્યા ને આ 10 આવ્યા. ગંચટ ચેક કરો.
10 જ આવે.
Yeah, 10 આવે છે. And you're according to 10 you are having the average waiting time 8.25. That's your final answer. Those who are getting 9.25 again cross check your gun chart and check out your waiting time for the each and every processes. ફરીથી કરો. આ સિમ્પલ એક્ઝામ્પલ છે. P1 ખાલી એક વખત બહાર નીકળે છે અને એન્ટર થાય છે. બહુ જ સિમ્પલ. લોટ્સ ઓફ ટાઈમ P1 બહાર નીકળે, P2 બહાર નીકળે, અગેન P1, P2, P3 લોટ્સ ઓફ ટાઈમ એન્ટર એક્ઝિટ થાય છે. એ ટાઈમે તમને વેઇટિંગ ટાઈમ શોધવાનું બહુ ટફ પડશે. આ સિમ્પલ આપ્યું છે ને એમાં ભૂલ કરો છો, નોટ ગુડ. નાવ રિધમ આવે છે તમારા? ઓકે, રિધમ 14 - 4 10 આવે છે. એની
યસ મેમ આવી ગયો.
ઓકે 9.25 વાળા ખબર પડી ગઈ ક્યાં ભૂલ થાય છે? સો વિથ ધીસ ઓકે, આઈ હોપ કે બધા ક્રોસ ચેક કરતા હશે, જાતે નોટબુકમાં ગંચા ડ્રો કરીને ફાઇનલ આન્સર ચેક કરતા હશે. ઓકે, બધાને સમજ પડેલી છે. એમ એઝ્યુમિંગ પડી જ ગઈ છે, રાઈટ? નાવ લાસ્ટ વન અલ્ગોરિધમ બાકી રહ્યો છે, જે હવે નેક્સ્ટ આપણે કરવાનો છે. આજે અહીંયા આપણો લેક્ચર કમ્પ્લીટ થાય છે. SRTF. ઓકે, કીપ પ્રેક્ટિસિંગ ઓન ધીસ અલ્ગોરિધમ. SRTF કન્ફ્યુઝન ક્રિએટ કરી શકે એવું એક્ઝામ્પલ એમાં આવી શકે છે. રાઉન્ડ રોબિન હજુ અરાઇવલ સાથે આપણે નથી કર્યું. મે બી પોસિબલ વિથ ધીસ રાઉન્ડ રોબિન એલ્ગોરિધમ દે મે ગીવ યુ ધ અરાઇવલ ટાઈમ, બટ મોસ્ટ પ્રોબેબલી નથી આપતા, રાઈટ? રિમેનિંગ અલ્ગોરિધમ જે રહ્યો છે, દેટ્સ યોર પ્રાયોરિટી અલ્ગોરિધમ. Now that priority algorithm, that is preemptive as well as the non-preemptive. Okay, so we are completing with this today's session.